Welcome back, friends. Today we'll be making a pork stir fry using all of these lovely ingredients. I love to use Asian sauces in a lot of our cooking. Usually you get a big bottle and then you kind of use a little bit at a time. So it's time to dig into some of the Asian sauces that I have, and we'll get that put together for you. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is get our pork ready. We're going to do some thin slices here. This is a pork shoulder that I'm using. And you just want to get those into thin slices because it'll cook quickly that way. So now we've got that put aside, and I'm going to clean up. All right, now it's time for the marinade. We're going to start with 2 teaspoons of sugar. We've got some ginger paste. You can use some fresh ginger, but this is what I have on hand. And you can always put extra, depending on your taste. We've got some cornstarch here to help with tenderizing the meat, and it works really well. The baking soda helps with tenderizing also, so we'll put a bit of that in there. We're gonna get some soy sauce, some oil, and we're going to add some white pepper. I don't use the white pepper very often, and I had to get it at an Asian market, and I usually use it for many of the Asian dishes that I like to make. So that's really all there is to the marinade, and we're just going to get that mixed up. We will set this aside for about 30 minutes. While we do that, we're going to prep our vegetables. So the great thing about a stir fry is that you can really personalize it to the preferences of you and your family. So we have some mushrooms, broccoli, a couple of carrots, some onion, and some cabbage that we'll be using. Again, do you. All right. So we're just going to get all of that prepped together. We're going to use green onions as a garnish, so I'm going to prep those now too. Scissors definitely works the best for me. And we'll set those aside. Now everything's kind of straightened up. We're getting ready to cook. Before we do that, I want to put our sauce together. So we're going to start with some oyster sauce. Some soy sauce or shoyu. Gonna get some sugar. Gonna add a little bit of water to this. A little Shaoxing wine. The alcohol does cook off if you're worried about that. All right. It's pretty thick from the oyster sauce, but just get that combined. We're going to add some cornstarch to thicken it. And a little white pepper. That smells good. Gonna give it a mix, and then we'll go to the stove and start putting it all together. To a hot, medium-high pan, I am putting some oil. I'm just using a pot for my stir fry. You don't need any specialized equipment, but you can if you like. Our wok works better on a gas stove, which we don't have. So that is heating up. Try to get that into one layer so that it cooks evenly on that side. We'll set that for a few minutes and then flip it over. It's sizzling and popping, so we're going to get that flipped as best as we can to get the other side nice and brown. We're going to add our onion and cook that for a few minutes. Cook the onion down. Now we're going to get our garlic in and cook that for a few minutes. So finally we're going to add our vegetables that we put together. It may fill this pan, this pot, but it'll cook down, so don't worry. We're going to get that tossed together. To let the vegetables cook a little. We like our vegetables a little crispy. Sometimes they need a little more time. A tip would be to put your vegetables in a microwave safe dish and put it in the microwave for a few minutes to start to soften it, and you can finish cooking it in your pot. It helps to quicken your cook time. Gonna get our food dished up here. That is smelling wonderful. You can see that the veggies have cooked down. Get that on top there. We're gonna plate our second dish. That is looking really good. We're gonna garnish it with a little green onion. And a little sesame seed. Now we're ready to dig in and eat. So here we have it, our pork stir fry. Again, we put it over some noodles, but you can put it over rice if you like. Let's give it a try. I want to eat a big...
There we go. If I can use chopsticks like a good boy.
Mm.
Mmm.
So good. Mm. I love how tender the pork is.
Yeah.
It wasn't a special cut of pork. You could probably use any type of meat or omit the meat if you like to put this lovely meal together. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you for joining me on another kitchen adventure. I hope you try this out yourself. So go ahead, make it, eat it, and enjoy. Until next time.